Donald Trump is threatening a court, not Congress, not a governor, an international court created to prosecute war crimes. And he's doing it for one reason: to protect himself and his inner circle from accountability. This isn't about sovereignty, it's about impunity.
The Trump administration wants the International Criminal Court to ensure it does not investigate the U.S. president or his top officials by changing the court's founding document. That's according to a Trump official who says the court faces new U.S. sanctions if it doesn't comply with that demand.
According to Reuters, the Trump administration is escalating pressure on the International Criminal Court, the ICC, through sanctions, visa restrictions, and direct political threats. If the ICC continues investigations that could expose U.S. officials to scrutiny, the United States will retaliate economically. That's not diplomacy. That's coercion. The International Criminal Court investigates individuals accused of genocide, crimes against humanity, and war crimes. It exists for situations where national systems either cannot or will not prosecute those crimes themselves. It does not prosecute countries. It prosecutes people. And it only acts when national legal systems fail to investigate or prosecute credibly. It was designed precisely to prevent powerful leaders from insulating themselves behind borders or political office.
The International Criminal Court, or ICC, is a global court based in the Dutch city of The Hague, with the power to prosecute individuals for war crimes, genocide, and aggression. The ICC becomes involved when nations are unable or unwilling to prosecute crimes on their territory. And while the ICC has the power to prosecute cases, it has no police force of its own, instead relying on national police forces to make arrests.
Trump's hostility to the ICC isn't new. During his first term, his administration sanctioned ICC officials after the court examined alleged war crimes connected to U.S. forces and intelligence agencies. Now, the pressure is escalating again. Why? Because the ICC represents a principle Trump has always rejected: that power does not equal immunity. Trump and his allies frame this as a defense of American sovereignty. But notice what that argument actually does. It doesn't say the ICC is wrong. It says the ICC has no right to ask. That distinction matters because it sidesteps the question of accountability entirely. Sovereignty, in this framing, becomes a shield against accountability, not just for the country, but for individuals in power. That's a familiar move in authoritarian politics. It's tempting to think this doesn't matter because the US isn't a member of the ICC. But this fight isn't really about jurisdiction. It's about precedent. It's about whether courts can be punished for asking questions powerful leaders don't want asked. If the world's most powerful country can threaten courts into backing down, the message is clear. International law applies to the weak, not the powerful. This fits a broader pattern in Trump's politics: attack independent institutions, delegitimize oversight, threaten consequences for anyone who investigates. We've seen it with courts, with prosecutors, with inspectors general, and now with an international tribunal. The goal isn't legal clarity, it's deterrence. Once you normalize the idea that leaders can punish courts for investigating them, the rule of law erodes quickly. Other countries notice, other leaders imitate, and suddenly, accountability becomes a suggestion, not a rule. That's how systems slide from democracy toward authoritarianism without a single dramatic collapse. This story isn't really about the ICC. It's about whether any leader gets to decide which laws apply to them. Trump is arguing, implicitly but unmistakably, that power itself should be a defense. The court system, international or domestic, exists to say the opposite. And if that principle collapses anywhere, it weakens it everywhere. That's why this matters, even from thousands of miles away. Thanks for spending a few minutes digging into this with me. If you want more grounded, progressive commentary without the outrage bait, subscribe and stick around. Every time you watch, share, and engage, it helps build a community that believes democracy is worth understanding and defending. I'll see you in the next video.